Now, the issue of Farouk Kibet is a very detrimental topic that everybody in the country, both political analysts and the opposition, even fear to talk about. But allow me to diverge into this matter because the sabotaging of Farouk Kibet in President William Ruto's government is something that has proved to be a problem to a lot of leaders who are close to the president. Farouk Kibet is the personal assistant to the president. He has held that office for a very long time, not because he is qualified, but because of his close relationship with the President of the Republic of Kenya, President William Ruto. Now, the other day, the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua spoke and he gave out a clear statement on what Farouk Kibet, on the role Farouk Kibet plays in the Ruto's administration. He is the man that calls you out once you don't speak for the president, once you don't defend the president. Gachagua, while speaking in Karen during Eugene Wamalwa's DAP-K party residence lounge or offices lounge, he said that once upon a time, Kibet called him to defend Adani because one Senator Onyonka had attacked the government in regards to the Adani matter, but Gachagua failed to tackle the said issue and refused to speak about Adani while he was attending a burial somewhere in the western region. But Farouk saw that this man is not respecting the president and gave him a call. Why didn't you defend the president? Why were you not there to stand out for the president? And Gachagua told him, the thing that you can do, you are the PA, I am not your subordinate. What you can do is call the president, tell him to call me and tell me those things. Now, currently, there is a brewing war that we spoke about yesterday, a brewing conflict between the Kipsigis and the Nadi leaders, where Farouk Kibet, using his own terms, referred to the Kipsigis as just children bearers who are filling their Nandi land. And I quote him, nyinyi wa Kipsigis kazi yenu ni kuzaa na kujaza mashamba yetu. Now, these sentiments arose a lot of speculation with the Kipsigis community, which is the biggest sub-tribe of the Kalenjin community, speaking against Farouk Kibet. Farouk is a Nandi, Ruto is a Nandi, and Farouk thinks now because the president comes from his own community, he will stand with him during such times. And a lot of people from the Kipsigis community, including the members of parliament, musicians, and even activists from the said community called out Farouk Kibet, telling him to apologize. Let me tell you, as I said earlier yesterday, the Kipsigis community holds the largest number of votes in the Kalenjin community. They have over 1.8 million votes, and they voted about 100% of them, about 90% of them, to put President William Ruto in the position that he holds. But they feel the president is not speaking about them when somebody comes and spearheads a conversation that brings out division in the Kalenjin community, and that is Farouk Kibet. And what we are being told is that the president summoned Farouk Kibet and warned him to tame his tongue and tame him to his area of specification, which is the office of the personal assistant to the president, not the deputy president, nor is he the chief of defense forces, because that is the role that Farouk Kibet plays. You have all heard. If there is a problem that Farouk Kibet has, is the problem of respecting the hierarchy of leadership in the country. He believes that if it's not the president, then nobody else should tell him anything. and everybody else should listen to him except for the president. And even the president should always listen to him because he means what's best for the president. Now, President William Ruto had to convene a meeting between him and Farouk Kibet and tell him it's about time we keep off the politics of division in our own area of specification, in our own motherland, where we come from, in the Kalenjin community, in the Rift Valley region. These are our areas, our strongholds. If we start dividing these people and telling them once that will make them haters and vote against us come the year 2027, then my brother, be sure that it doesn't matter what we do, they will vote against us. And you see that we don't have the Mount Kenya region right now. And if we don't have the Mount Kenya region right now, if these people connive or unite with the Mount Kenya region with the number of votes that they hold, about 2 million votes, then whoever will be backed by the mountain and our Kipsigis brothers and sisters will win the election. So it's about the time you swallow the pie and go ahead to make a statement apologizing to the Kipsigis community. Now look at it in this manner. In recent past, mostly in December, there was a speculation that the DP of the Republic of Kenya, Kithure Kindiki, was slapped by Farouk Kibet. Reason being, he could not speak and defend the actions that were being done by the government of abducting young men and women who were opposing the leadership of President William Ruto. So once Kithure Kindiki decided not to speak against that, Farouk Kibet ordered him to support the government and speak in defense of the president, which he refused. He was thrown here and there, had only been in office for 60 days, and because he did not want it to, he did not want to go the path of being, of opposing the president. Just few days after he had taken over the office as the deputy president, he decided to follow the suit. Now Kindiki has become something that we all thought he wouldn't be, a praise and worship choir leader. Today he held a meeting in Karen where he invited the Tharaka Nithi County leaders, including his governor Mudhomi Njoki, who were invited there so that they will start now selling the agendas of President William Ruto. But one thing, Kindiki is calling leaders. He is not going to the people. If you realize that, he is calling them to his current residence to speak to them there, but he is not doing what's necessary and what's supposed to be done to get into the ground and popularizing Ruto's agenda among the people of the Mount Kenya region, which is something that the people cannot receive from him right now. And that is why I'm telling you, President William Ruto has realized the self-sabotage that is in him. Now look at this. When Gachagua spoke the other day, the damage that was done by Gashagua's words against President William Ruto, calling him corrupt, exposing deals that Ruto did behind the curtains or behind the doors of Statehouse that we all did not know about. Everybody saw that this is, a predicted downfall for the Kenya Kwanza regime. And everybody has tried so much to bring out a point or to give out a direction on what Gachagua was saying and defend the president, including Oscar Sudi. You have seen him today implicating Gachagua in the KEMSA 3.7 billion, in the toxic sugar scandal, and other scandals in the country, including the one for the police, the police money. So it tells you that President William Ruto is slowly realizing the self-sabotage among his friends. You know, the circle that surrounds the president is the circle of people that come from his own community. And they feel so entitled to a point that, somebody can even stand in front of the people that voted for this man and people who come from his place and refer to them as people who have no other work to do but to give birth and fill the land, yet they are not being detrimental to the government and the development of President William Ruto. So, Farouk Kibet has been put on a microscopic watch. Anaambiwa, it's either you now master the lane that you must stick on. Yes, you can intimidate these leaders behind the curtains, but don't make it so open. We all saw when Farouk Kibet was pushing Kithure Kindiki to follow behind the president in a certain event in, I think it was in Gishu County, and it became the talk of the town. How can a president be, I mean a deputy president be a subordinate to the PA to the president? Should it work like that? A lot of questions and a lot of things are unfolding in regards to the current regime, and more so in regards to Farouk Kibet's relationship with President William Ruto, because in due time, I think by the year 2027, a lot will have changed. A lot of leaders will have to walk out from President William Ruto's circle because of Farouk Kibet. It is said you cannot see the president without the approval of Farouk Kibet. Now, how is that for you? For now, that's what's up. That is what is making headlines in the country. Leave your comment in the comment section and tell me what you think the president should do with Farouk Kibet. Because if Farouk Kibet continues treading on the path that he is treading, then William Ruto will actually be a one-term president. It's not about selling fear. It's about being a leader of value. But Farouk knows how to sell fear more than value. Kama watu wa kwao nyumbani wanawakataa kwa sababu ya maneno ya Farouk Kibet, unadhani rais ataendelea kukaa na huyo mtu kwa ukaribu hivyo ambavyo anakaa na yeye? Achia maoni kwenye comment section.